So I'm going to lay this out, do what so many moving pieces into parts in the last class, and we're coming up on our last class. So I wanted to put together a clean video on how to lay this out. And I'm realizing, we started with the Amazon box, but I'm going to try something a little different. And I'm going to start with the blue vase, get that established on my paper, and then build it out. Okay, so let's see how that works. Changing cameras now. So I have my paper here. And I'm just going to mark it so that I stay in the camera zone. Okay. So I know I have an area that I want to fit. I want this to work in. And when I look at the blue vase, it's in the middle of this area pretty much. And the height to width ratio is, let me measure real quick. If I do the width, 1, 2.5. So it's about 2.5. So if the center of my paper is about here, and I'm going to leave plenty of room. So if I go outside of it, it's fine. Come on. And I'm just going to set it right here. Again, I'm keeping it kind of in the center of my paper. 1, 2.5. Here we go. I'm going to start with the blue vase. I went ahead and turned the white planner straight towards us. I just want to keep this a little bit more simple than what I had it, and make it a little easier on us. We don't want to work too hard. And the width of that, if I do a quick measurement, the width into the height is about 1.25. So if I take it from the height, 1.25, it's about this wide. Seems a little bit wide. 1.5. Okay, but a little bit too wide. So 1, it's actually about this wide. And I checked, yeah, that feels about right. That distance from there to there feels about right. And then the flower ball, if I look at it where it breaks out onto the vase, the blue vase, it's down here. And I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not going to get too hooked up or too out of control, too whatever that is, that word. I'm trying to find a word. I can't find it. Upset if it's not right. As I'm just landing the flower ball like is here, the white vase is here, and here's the blue vase. Then the white planter, it breaks out on the blue vase about right here. And it's lower than the white. See that? Down a little bit lower. And it's a square. And I'm eyeballing. It's about right there. And the red, the terracotta clay pot, if I measure the width of the shoulders, this width of the shoulders. And 1, 2 and a quarter. And I know there's almost a whisper, it's almost a whisper of a gap right here. So, and then this distance from here to here, it's about here. I said it's about 2 and a quarter. See if that measures out. 1, 2, quarter, about this high. Is that right? No, because it's higher than this. It's a little bit higher than that. Okay, that feels right. I think this actually is too low. Okay, now I'm going to make some adjustments here. I'm looking at this. That feels better. And then this one, it's a little bit higher, but not a lot. And I think it's too tall, so I'm going to drop it down. And because I have it I'm drawing lightly in pencil, I can make these adjustments. And I'm looking at this distance. It seems too great. So what I'm looking at is this to the back, that negative shape. So I'm going to drop the blue base down. And because I did that, that makes this look taller. I like that. And then the terracotta comes, we're going to go back to where it was. There we go. And this will come down. Oh, something really important here. When I do this, do you see how this foot is actually to the right a little bit of the base? So just adjust. There we go. So now, the smile on. There we go. Now I can start. Oh, and let's get this little clay pot that's way over here by itself. So if I look at the negative space, it's about there. If I look at the distance between the white base and this one, it's about right here. And I'm just looking at the height now. Use this one. So the height goes about right here. So now I'm just looking at relationship from one to the other without getting, ooh, can't see it, can you? There you go. There it is right here. So I'm looking at the relationships, heights, just a feeling of the width. I'm looking at this negative space right here. There we go. There we go. And I have enough room above this that if I need to start making it taller, and is this the same? Yeah. So the collar is actually smaller. And if I do the center line, then I can get get things to match and be a little bit more symmetrical than what I was doing. And then I'm just going to start laying in and drawing what I see. But that's okay. I'm not going to go much further than that because I want to. That's as far as I wanted to get. So I have the flower balls right here. It's actually in front of this. Do you see that? Quite a bit. So that, yes, that's up there. The background actually happens about right here. And then this flower happens about right here. There we go. And I'll just draw this a little bit darker so that you can see it. Then if you want, you can start tightening up the objects. Start forming them if you have time. We'll do this in class. I'm just going to quickly start laying in the objects. The shape, the contour, okay? But I don't want to go too far because we'll have time next class to play with this. There we go. That's what we got. Next time what we'll do is we'll tighten up the shapes. We'll get those laid in. We'll establish the shadows, the cross contour of the shadows, and then we'll just start putting some color to this, some value to it, and we'll hopefully have a finished. Let me change. We'll hopefully have a finished drawing by the end of next session. If not, we might just have to press it out another week and have a little bonus. So let's have fun with this, and I will see you Friday.